Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It is Sledge here without the sweet lips, but sweet lips will be back tomorrow. How are you all doing? I know it's been a while. You probably thought I disappeared forever, huh? But things I had to take care of. But I am going to log in here. How are you all doing? Just 1 second. I just want to check something out real quick. Guys, I'm not going to put the WhatsApp number in here, but I will put the link for those who would like to join me. There is the link there. Let me continue on. I have to just move away from here for a minute, but if I do, I will be back. Let me put my coffee link in here. And that's just another way of supporting the page. There you go. How are you all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome. Just 1 second. And allow me to get Instagram up and running here. And just hold on 1 second. I want to make sure that I have the correct phone here. Okay. Okay, so I want to try something, so bear with me here, okay? Oh. Guys, hold tight. I would just like to see something here. I guess I will figure this out. I'll figure it out later because I am trying to figure out how to do my my live on TikTok, and I never used it before. Maybe I should have tried it earlier, but nevertheless, I'll try to get another time. But how are you all doing? And guys, you'll see a lot of posts, and that post has to do with a lot of the questions. So feel free to answer them pertaining to Bible trivia and to our topic at hand, which is God's promises for our children. Just 1 second, because I just need to log in so that I will see any questions that you guys may be posing to me, because I need to see them. Anyway, happy Monday. And for all you that know that I am a Chief fan, hey, Kansas City won yesterday. 7-0. I'm telling you. Those boys, especially Travis Kelce, has recovered quite nicely, I must add. Go Chiefs, okay? That was a good game, though, I must say. The Raiders did give them a run for their money, a little run for the money, you know, for all those Raider fans out there. There. It's okay. Doop, doop, doop. Let me wipe your eyes. Doop, doop, doop. Let me wipe your eyes, okay? I used to watch Dance Moms, and Abby Lee would say, save those tears for your pillow. Save the tears for your pillow. They will soon return. I don't know. I'm not going to even put that out there and put that title out there for the 49ers or for the Raiders to do nothing outside of stay home. Okay, now that I got that out the way, let's move on. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend, because I did. And the little time that I did take off, as you can see, there's a lot more content. So especially with my website. So do not forget to go there. And let me just say, to the point 101.com. There you will find t-shirts, which is buy one, get one 20% off. Sweatshirts, hoodies, 10% off. Coffee mugs. You know what's crazy is that outside of the coffee mugs, I already safely departed with my bags, but I will order more so that I will have some available for those who would like to, check it out before they go online. Some people like to see the merchandise at hand, and I do understand. But again, hello. And Sweet Lips will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. That's right. There's always tomorrow. And Sweet Lips will be back tomorrow. But we are going to, as soon as I'm done logging in here, so that I can see any of you guys' comments. And be nice today. Or I'll have my little big brother here tomorrow, for sure. But as I said, online there are questions that I put up, and it's not on YouTube, unfortunately, but it is on Facebook. I need to start posting them on Instagram. So while I'm talking and I'm just thinking where it's not posted and why I need to post it there, continue to bear with me, okay? And feel free, if you have any comments, to drop them in the comments box. And don't forget, when you come in, YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram, drop some love on the video, like and love. Louise. Okay, well, Louise, if you would like for me to shut up, I guess you should just go ahead and depart from this here live. I think it's awfully rude, but if that's what you do with your time during the day or evening, wherever you are from, then that is on you. There's nothing we can do about the rudeness of other people. But enjoy. Hey, Louise, but if you have children, maybe you should just stay here and listen, because you can pick up some tidbits about leaving a child unattended. That's okay. And you should, but you should care. But if you don't care, it's all as well. It is all as well. Guys, we're going to take it as Louise is having a bad day today. Even if you're a kid, it makes it even worse. So again, Louise is having a bad day today. And so we all should say a little prayer for Louise, that whether it's the beginning of his day, the middle, or the end, that it gets a little better before he closes his eyes. Because when people appear rude, like, during my daily readings, the Bible tells us we should forgive them, for they know not. what they are doing and treating them with kindness is a way to jumpstart their hearts. So, hope you have a pleasant day, Louise. Now, now that I got that out of the way and I've had my share of kindness for today, we will begin to go into our topic at hand. Which is the topic at hand? Leaving our children unsupervised online, and why we should not allow them to go unsupervised, because a lot is happening online. Predators, sometimes our children tend to overstep their boundaries. Yes, they tend to overstep their boundaries. And all that you have taught them when they're left alone goes out of the window. It's out of the window. I was my sister full. I'm sorry. Apologies are always well, and apologies are always accepted. But a lot can happen when we leave our children unsupervised. And really, now, this day and time, the way things are going, I think as long as you have a child in your home that is under 18, you have a right. You have a right to supervise their online presence and see exactly what is it that they are doing when your back is turned. Like, you should have access to passwords and all, because sometime I want to say that when they think that they're old enough to supervise themselves and you give them that leadway, a lot of times they are making that mistake. They're making mistakes. When you're online, what they see and what they do can have a lasting effect on them, especially mentally. There are a lot of predators out there. And from my own point of view, I want to say there are even a lot of recruitment being done online. And sometimes our children, even a teenager, they really don't realize that there are information that they're giving that they should not. A predator can tell when there's some type of innocence to a child. And as you know, they say, there's no street smart there. And they tend to prey on them. Your apology is accepted, Louise. And I want to say, when left unsupervised, they can even give out your address, well, their address, phone number, where they go to school. That's when they're being taken advantage of. Even the younger ones at the age of some mature enough, 4 and 5, are being left unattended online. Or they're online way too much. And there needs to be some type of time limit to their activities online, because to me, the more they're online, the less likely they're to have an interaction with other people. Some so far gone, when you do try to limit their activities, or no cell phone or no computer, they go into a depression. And we as parents fail to realize that. And also, as parents, what we need to realize is that when we leave them in our own presence, because a lot of times our children, they're watching us, and we tend to have these activities while our children is in front of us, and our behavior is really unacceptable. And when we're online, who knows, cyberbullying or whatever it is that you are doing online, trolling, stalking, whatever, when you put that laughter behind it all, your children are watching you. And then they tend to take that behavior as acceptable, but you are setting this pattern for them for failure because of your behavior. Your children start to think, getting online, bullying someone, cussing someone out, being rude. They start to believe that this behavior is okay because they see you do it. As I said before, and I know that some of you will probably get tired of me saying it, but I'm not going to stop. Your behavior is what your child mimics. If your child see, they're having a good time and they're telling this person off and they're doing this and they're doing that, well, it must be okay. What is the likelihood that they will follow in your footsteps? It's very high. It's very high. When you're not monitoring especially, I don't really even want to say teenagers, because it's at any age. But suddenly it's like, she was talking to someone online and then she went to go meet. If you can give that much information, like why wasn't her activities or his activities monitored so close that you just took it all away? And when you hand your child any type of electronics, normally when you go buy something, they come with instructions, right? So why wouldn't you have your child adhere to that instruction that you are providing? Hey, if I catch this or that, then you lose your privileges. Or sometimes you have a child like, oh no, you took away this and you put a lock on that, and now I can't play the game, now I can't do this, and now I can't do that. But at the same time, why would you need it at this moment? Sometimes you know yourself when your child is being sneaky. Sometimes you know yourself that your child does not follow rules the right way. So why would you give them this privilege when the privilege was not earned? So let's go over what happens when you leave your child unattended online. Now, exposure to inappropriate content. Without supervision, children may encounter websites or materials that are not age appropriate, including violence, explicit content, or harmful ideologies. Right here, that is so true. Because when you're watching one channel, you can be watching something and all of a sudden a button appears, click on this or click on that. And where's that taking you? So not only would the website be inappropriate, but then sometimes they're downloading harmful data onto your computer. The next thing you know, you have a bug. The next thing you know, it's really your computer and you're sharing it with your child. And then the next thing you know, there's a, what do they call it? But next thing you know, someone has access to all your information. And if you're using it for banking, woo, you're wiped out. Or any other information, like you're being hacked. And you have no idea because you did not supervise your child. You just said, here you go. And for the ones that are supervising, glory be to God. Second one, cyberbullying. Unattended children might be more vulnerable to cyberbullying, either as victims or perpetrators. They may not have the emotional maturity to handle such situations effectively or know how to seek help. And we all know cyberbullying is big, especially amongst our I want to say junior high school straight into high school. There's so much cyberbullying going on. Inappropriate photos being uploaded because, everyone just have a cell phone and then just, oh, there's a fight. Oh, here's something else going on. And so the next thing you know, your child, they're seeing themselves online, whether it's being jumped, stealing, whatever, that, it's used as a blackmailing tool. And some of these children that's so innocent, even the ones that do not have access to online, they don't have a cell phone, their online activities are being monitored closely. And some of their friends with cell phones show them, oh, look, everybody's seeing you got beat up, or, oh, this person stole this, or, they said you said this. And so how does that child feel? How does that child feel? See, at that moment, your child's not worrying about, oh, well, am I sending this person into a depression? Is this person going to try to self-harm because of me? All they are looking for is an audience. And if they have 3 people cheering them on, they will continue with that type of ruthless behavior. A lot of these young children that are self-harming, they all at some point were victims of bullying, cyberbullying. And guess what? The parent had no idea. And for some of the parents that had some type of idea, they just thought, oh, well, that person said that person was fat. That person said it was ugly. That person said that, that's not your real mother. You was adopted. You're looking at it like it's no big deal. But that child is looking at it like their world just came crashing down on them. And then that's the difference of a child that's advanced and then a child that's still being sheltered. That there lies the difference. And so, again, as a parent, when you see this type of behavior, it is up to you to put a stop to it. But a lot of parents are walking around, they're mad because, their children are committing crimes and then they're being charged. It is your responsibility to keep an eye on your child's activities. Whether it's online, outside, in school, in the church house, at a grocery store. And, a lot of people say, I don't have eyes behind my head and I can't be everywhere at one time. It is still your responsibility. It is still your responsibility. And for the ones that like to say, I don't have a lot of time, or I have more than one child to attend to, these are the choices that you made. And it is still your responsibility to monitor what it is that your child is doing. But you know what? A lot of this, I want to say, bad behavior, negative behavior, a lot of it, had those corrections been made early, and you're teaching your child, it's not nice to tease. When you have siblings, you're bound to tease one another. You're bound to get into fights with one another. It should not be, the type of fight that someone's going to the hospital or anything. But when you make those corrections when they're young, it's more than likely they will carry that over. If you don't build your child's self-esteem, someone will build it for you. And 9 times out of 10, when you allow a negative person to build your child's self-esteem, jailhouse to the grave. Really, that's the outcome. Because they're going to make mistakes that can cost them their lives. And then you're looking to blame someone instead of just turning the finger inward and say, you know what, I slipped up. And, sometimes as parents, it's okay to say, I made a mistake. I just got too comfortable. I gave responsibilities too quick. Because each and every time you make an excuse about your child's behavior, each and every time you're teaching your child not to accept responsibilities for the things that they are doing. That is what you're teaching your child. So again, I said it before, and I will continue to say it. The behavior that you put in front of your children, that is the behavior that they will carry with them for the rest of their lives until something happens and someone have to stop them. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a court system making the corrections that you should have made. We have to get out of that, this is not what I expected. This is taking too long. Like, at the end of the day, it is still your child. That child belongs to you. Sharita, hello. Ash Shadow, hey, beautiful, how's your day going? It's going well, and thank you. Thank you so much. But these are the things that we need to do to protect our children. And even for the other adults out there, when your child encounters a child that's cyberbullying, doing anything that's inappropriate, it is your duty to go in a peaceful manner to that child's parent and also to the teachers, to school. To me, you get further by speaking with the parents because, the school have a lot of red tape. Let's just be honest. How many witnesses were there? Who was there? Well, why would you think they would say, you know what I mean? By the time they drag their feet, let's just be real here. Let's get to the point. That's what we are. That's who we are, to the point. Let's get to the point. They will drag their feet. If you go to that parent, hi, your child is in my child's class, and my child is saying this is what your child is doing, you should be able to go to that parent and have an open adult type conversation. But this day and time that we're living in, what is an adult conversation? Because we all know some of us can carry on, and you have people just looking like, what just happened? You have that adult, don't you come over here saying this and that, and you coming in peace, and they're so miserable in their lives. So much is going on that they just can't get a hold of it, a lot of them. And then others, their lives are built around a battle. Like, look at here, everything is just not a battle. If someone comes to you to say this is what your child is doing, take that into consideration. Have that conversation with your child. Hey, look, we're going to have this conversation with so-and-so's parents, and we're going to put an end to it. That's when the parents step in and just squash all that beef. But if I'm coming to talk to you and I'm looking to just have a decent conversation and we try to come to some resolution, and the next thing I know, you calling me every B, every MF, and you want to fight me and get out your face and all that you're going to do to me, and then your child see it. So now I know what my child is saying is the truth, because you display the same behavior that your child does. And so I'm going to take it that this seems like it's right. This is normal for your family. But when you get into those situations, myself, and I'm just speaking for myself, sometimes it just makes sense to leave a paper trail. And when I'm saying a paper trail, like going to the police station and filling out a report, going to the courthouse to get restraining orders. Because a lot of times when you put your foot down the right way, not only are you saving the life of your child, but you're saving that other child as well. Because you know how just sometimes we just use that, I'm not going to say that saying, but you just like, there's just a pack of wolves just roaming around, you just like walking, and all of a sudden you just see just a pack of pit bulls waiting to tear somebody up, because who knows, when it's all said and done, it is up to us to protect our children, even from each other. Because suddenly, and this is just my theory on it and my thoughts, when you know that this is happening and you fail to protect your child, that's the child that's quiet. That's the child that's now all of a sudden they don't went into a shell. They're no longer talking to anyone. They done closed up, and all of these thoughts are going through their minds. All of these thoughts. And then those are the ones that everyone is sitting there saying, well, I never thought that, that child would do something like that, it was always the quiet one. The quiet one that was sitting there contemplating how to get even, how to protect themselves. And that is the reason why you must teach your children. If another child is less fortunate than you, and they cannot afford, the Nikes and the Jordans and the Gucci's and all of that, it is not for you to sit there and make fun of that child. A lot of times, that's what's going on. And the sad thing about it is my aunt, rest her soul, she used to say, she used to say this about the kids back. Anyway, she used to say about the kids, you don't even know how far back we're trying to figure out, how old is she? Don't matter. She used to say, there's nothing worse than a well-dressed dummy. That's what she used to say. There's nothing worse than a well-dressed dummy. They dress so well, they can't read, they can't write, they cannot articulate not a thing. And their behavior is the worst. Because instead of investing fully in your child and their education, which is going to matter down the road, you're just investing in how well what the outside appearance is looking like. And those be the ones that is abused, that is sitting there, that their parents are going against each other's heads and all the screaming and all the fighting. And, they could possibly even be hungry because all the money went on in the some name brand. But again, it is up to us. It is up to us to guide our children. But let's go on to another one. Online predators. Unsuspecting children can become targets for online predators who may try to groom them for exploitation. Lack of supervision increases their risk of sharing personal information, leading to dangerous situations. And we have that so much that is scary. So much that is scary. Sometimes it comes across my news feed, across my feed. People, grown people, pedophiles, people that should have been locked up already, but they're meeting up with these children, and they are children because they're 12 and 13 years old. And they're saying, oh, I can take you to the movies, I can do. See, when you don't invest in your child the right way, and they all of a sudden, there's this faceless, or sometimes, what do they call it, catfish, when, you say that someone just take my face and put it and say, okay, this is who I am. But it's really not them. And now they're promising your child all these things. And really, what the sad part about it is, all that child is looking for is someone to give it a little bit of attention and say that I love you. But for some odd reason, a lot of us refuse to take that time. It's almost like, and this is just me, this is what I gather. It's almost as if once the child is done with kindergarten, they're done. Really, that's what it seemed like to me. Kindergarten, you're done, I'm done. I'm done with you. You're on your own after that. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the child that you are looking at them like you are 5 years old or 6 years old, and you should be able to survive. How fair is that? Because why would a child, let's not put that on a child, but we're talking about children right now, because even some adults do it. Adults are doing it as well. Not see this person, really not know who this person is. And then this person say, I can buy you this, or, oh, you're so kind, and I've never met anyone so nice like you, and you're so beautiful. And they're grooming your child. And some of us adults get groomed also. We are being groomed. And then the next thing you know, your child is having this conversation with someone that's really looking to do them harm, that they're looking to remove them from their family. But yet their family themselves, they're failing these children because they have no time. And then some of us so selfishly look like, well, the child not mine, so, why should I care? Again, it takes a village. I keep saying this, I'm going to say it over and over and over. It takes a village. Because what we are doing is we're caught up in, oh, I have to work 3 jobs, oh, I have to do this, and oh, I have to do this, and oh, I have to do that. But your responsibility is still your child. It is your child. And then suddenly, when the state, the county, whoever step in and say, I'm going to remove this child from your household, now all of a sudden you're in tears. And how could you do that? I never seen this coming. I had to go get my man because he was across town. Or I had to go get my woman, my wife, because she was across town. And then here's this child left alone with a predator preying on your child and grooming your child. And this is the reason why I say, even for anyone that's under the age of 18 that is living in your home, needs monitoring and supervision. They need supervision. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. They need to be limited of how many hours they spend. Like suddenly the laptop or the cell phone becomes the parent. They use it for everything. You can research anything, you can order food. There's a lot you can do with your cell phone. But as a parent, having that one-on-one time is so important. And sometimes, really our children, they're just crying out. Spend some time with me. It's almost as if they have to pencil you into their schedule. But then when it comes down to chasing after a man or a woman, you all in for that. But when it comes down to still showing your child some type of love and affection, you swear up and down about the 6 jobs that you have to work. And I'm so tired. And it's 4 or 5 of us. When it's all said and done, let's just be honest. No one forces anyone. Well, let me not say that, because right now, with these laws going around, and I'm gonna keep my opinion to about that. Let me just go and let that fly over my head, because really I am on the fence about that. To be honest, I am on the fence. Like, women should have a right to do what they want to do with their body, and it should be their decision. But when you start using a clinic as a form of birth control, something is wrong. Something is wrong there. So that I am on the fence. And so let's go on to number 4. Addictive behaviors. Unmonitored screen time can lead to excessive use of video games, social media, or streaming platforms, fostering unhealthy habits that can impact physical health and mental well-being. And as I said before, some just grab a hold of that cell phone or computer, and it becomes their best friend. The next thing you know, and we as adults do it most, we're scrolling. You hear the kids just running crazy, pushing and shoving and cussing one another out, doing hand-to-hand battle, and we're just scrolling. Cut it out. Just can't put it down for nothing. And then we become angry when you, hey, so-and-so, could you come here for a minute? And what are they doing? Same thing we did to them. Scrolling. Matter of fact, let me put some headphones on so I can just block you out all the way. They're just scrolling. And now you're mad. Every time I call you, you don't ever seem to have time to answer. You don't do this, and you're doing, honey, they just giving you back what you gave them. Be careful. Now, digital footprint risk. Children might unknowingly share personal information, photos, or videos that can affect their future online reputation. And those of you out there with those hot daughters that's piling on all the makeup, wearing them short cut shirts and skirts that's so short that you can see everything that you have blessed them with, and you not say anything. and you do not tell them that dressing that way is inappropriate. You get to that teenage stage where you just start feeling yourself. But when you start wearing provocative clothing and, people perceive you as being fast or misinterpret your language. And to me, that's another thing that we as adults need to stop doing. If you see a girl and she's revealing her breasts or her shorts or whatever is so far, up her butt that you think, oh, she wanted, no, someone just told her it was okay. They had to start at home because who's buying her clothes? And a lot of times we see our children in this type of clothing, but then we wear it ourselves. So where are they getting it from? Again, we need to change our ways to help our children. We need to change our ways. Poor social skills. Spending excessive time online without supervision can limit face-to-face interactions, potentially stunting their social development and emotional intelligence. And that is so. Guys, I cannot tell you how many times that I have went online and looked at some of these grown people and they just call themselves really like content creators, and everything is so revealing. Like if the shirt is not down to here, and if so much makeup is not piled on, and in the meantime, they do have children that's calling them and they're being ignored. And everything is about that camera, that camera, that camera, that camera, that camera. I don't get it. Like really, sometimes I just say to myself, I don't even see how they're online that much. I know that, I like to share information. I have a plethora of information. I like to share it. I like to do my reading. I like to spread the word. I like to, get that word out for the kingdom of God. Glory be to God. But I know that I have to establish this online presence, but it's like I just refuse to make it my 3 and 4 and 5 times a day sitting in front of this camera. Like I have other things to do outside of making it all about sitting here trying to really see, because a lot of it be so negative. A lot of it being you're carrying yourself a certain way. So now you having people approach you and using derogatory words towards you. And now you have an attitude, but then this is how you carried yourself. You came on revealing everything that God had blessed you with. And then you wonder why you look in your comment section and people are saying this and people are saying that. I know that to be online, sometimes you have to have tough skin. Like I have people try to come on my live to expose themselves, and I can see before I allow you to come in. That's what I like about this app, that I can see. And it's like, why would somebody think like that? Like, why would you think that I'm interested in anything that's in your pants? And I don't even carry myself that way. I try to stay covered up, minimum anything on my face. Sometimes I'm on here with a scarf on, and it still does not matter. And, but to me, it's all about having self-respect, some type of self-respect, because I don't want you to get the wrong idea that I am here looking for something. So if I had a daughter and I come behind my child and you have next to nothing on, well, then you don't need this phone. You don't need it. Because if seeing yourself in that light tells you that this type of dressing, this type of behavior is welcoming, and so I need to sit you down and let you know just who it is that is interested in you, because they're thinking you're loose and this is what you want. And then this is what happens when suddenly you put yourself into a position and you get yourself into a situation that you cannot get out of. We need to monitor our children. Misleading information. Children may stumble upon misinformation or conspiracy theories without parental guidance to help them discern credible sources and accurate information. And this is so true. I am telling you, hey, look, this here presidency thing going on right now, this voting, it cannot be over soon enough. Because if I not research things for myself and know what I know, so much information out here is so misleading. And that's what I'm just going to say about the political. I don't want my platform to be anything about political, but it'll be over with soon. Potential illegal activities. Unsupervised exploitation can lead to experimentation with illegal activities such as hacking, substance use, conversations, or other risky behaviors encouraged by harmful online communities. And you have to be careful of the community that you join, and this is so true. And that is a big reason why we need to monitor our children's behavior and what it is that they are doing online. And we need to take accountability for the things that we put in our children's faces. Okay? We need to be held accountable and stop trying to push the blame to this one and that one and this one. Like I said, we are the first teachers that our children come in contact with, not the ones at the school. It's us. And when we say that it is okay to lie, steal, cheat, and, take someone else's life, then we are telling our children that this type of behavior is good. When we are communicating with one another, whether it's husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, and there's a breakdown and it leads to violence, it leads to physical assault, verbal assault, and no one wants to be the bigger person and just walk away. What are we telling our children? So, again, it takes a village. And I keep saying we need to bring that village back, but watch who you put in your village. Watch. Not everyone is safe, whether it's family, friend, or foes. You have to keep your eyes open. You have to make these, I want to say, conscious choices to do what is right. We need to, a lot of people do not believe, but I just believe that we need to at least try that foundation that is built on Christ. Because there's so many foundations that, we're trying to follow, so many trends we're trying to follow right now. So why not follow that trend of praying to the Most High? Why can't we follow the trend of allowing the Holy Spirit to guide us instead of allowing, the one around the corner that don't even believe in God, or, brother man up on the fifth floor that, believe that his God come from the ground and, you can roll it up and have fun with it. So why can't we just open up our Bibles with our children and say, if you're going to read something online, start reading this here chapter. We start in Genesis. Started in Genesis. And, hopefully by the end of the year, you'll make it to Revelation. Start going online together. You want to stay in your room? Okay, I'm getting ready to go, online, and we going on Zoom, and we're about to have this family meeting, and just come together and just say a lot and know for sure and stand on it that a lot of times if we are praying to the Father, He hears our prayers. Teach your child how to pray. What harm is that going to do? Like a lot of us act like, oh, well, they don't want to do this and they don't want to do that. But if you start inputting some of this while they're young, it becomes a way of life for them. It becomes a way of life. And you have to teach them that, you can pray to the Father, but that does not mean that you're not going to go through something. No one ever said that the Bible says, oh no, you'll never go through trials and tribulations. Yeah, you're going to go through something. But if you continue to pray, you don't want to teach your kids to pray to the Father or teach them how to pray to the Father. But then, you'll sit there and tell them, oh, well, this person, he's a good rapper and he can rap. And oh, yeah, some of them are in the clink right now. But these are the people that you would have your child look up to, but you don't want them to look up to Jesus. And so you believe that that's not a problem. Why can't you teach your child that when you're ready to make a decision, pray to the Holy Spirit and wait. Pray with your child. Let your child see you sitting down with your Bible and actually reading it. Play a game of scriptures. It is a memory game. You can do that as a memory game. Why not? But everybody up in Hollywood, you need to be like that. You need to be like Shaq. You need to be like LeBron James. Oh, girl, that look good on you. Look at Cardi B. Every and anything that's really brings some type of negativity, this is who you're telling your child to move towards, to gravitate towards. Now, why would you want your child to use this person as a role model when we all don't went through some trials and tribulations to get what we want? Because if we really just look at the background of a lot of people that we sit there and say, oh, this one is a great actor, this one's a great singer, this one's a great player, football player, basketball player, whatever. But look at all the trials and tribulations that those people are still going through. Now, just because you have a little money in your pocket don't mean you're not going through something. But yet again, we don't want to take the time to say, Jesus did more than this person did. Paul, and he was in jail so much being falsely accused, but he never gave up his assignment that was given to him by the Most High. Mary, she was a virgin. And she conceived. Look at Moses. You know what Moses did? But God chose him anyway. So why not give your child a fighting chance by introducing your child while they are young to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit? Because when it's really all said and done, they are the ones that's going to pull you through. Having faith the size of a mustard seed, that's what's going to pull you through. Allowing your child to know that regardless of what is going on around you and how angry and how just ugly in behavior and how a person can be so wicked and how to just forgive them when they do and say something to you. And sometimes you just have to turn the other cheek. But in the midst of them turning the other cheek, you have to turn yourself towards the courthouse when someone's messing with your child. Yeah, you're going to pray for it too. But see, what we fail to understand is that the Father gave us some common sense. He did. He truly, truly did. He gave us common sense. So if someone is sitting there bullying your child and every day your child, I don't care even if they're in kindergarten. I'll see you in court. I don't care. To the school, I'll see you at the next district meeting. Someone needs to be removed from their position because for some reason my child is not being protected. I'm coming up here and you asking me how many witnesses do my child have? He had the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and all of them told me to come here to you and present my child's case to you. But if we show our children that in the end, there's hope that soon there will be no more bullying, there will be no more pain, there will be no more fighting, there will be no more dying. There's a lot of things that's going to be eliminated. We can tell them when the next concert is coming, but we can't tell them that Christ is coming too. Something's wrong. It's not clicking. Something's not clicking. Hey, look, we are responsible for our children. It still takes a village to raise a child. There's promises that the Most High has made for us when we were children, and we carried it into our adulthood. It's promises that's made for our children so that they can carry it into their adulthood. Always wanting to take that route of getting even and, listening to our children say, oh, I hate this one and I hate that one. And, there's another way. And believing in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is really the correct way. If we're going to give our children a fighting chance and we want to build their foundation on the worldly ways, why not build that foundation on Jesus Christ's foundation? That's the foundation. That's what we need to build it. We need to build it on and around Jesus. But it is, let me say that right. It is Sledge here. Tomorrow, Sweet Lips will be back. And again, Auntie Sledge said, love your children. We talk about what's happening around us. We talk about what's trending. Tomorrow we will speak about the mother that said that she was just trying to scare her wayward child or troubled child or whatever. And she tried to scare him straight by pulling out something. And so now she unlived her own child. And she said it was a mistake. There's just some things that we can't do and call it a mistake. Tomorrow's topic. Anyway, it is Sledge. Sweet Lips will be back tomorrow. I will be back late. I'm going backwards. So I'm going to do my daily reading after this. Okay. So I will see you soon. And just remember that in the end, there's a promise that God made for each and every one of us. And we must reach out. We must hold on to our children's hand and hold on to his unchanging hands as well. Anyway, I will see you all soon.